Welcome to Thirst for Knowledge, a Magic the Gathering podcast. This episode ran into a few problems, namely some mic issues, recording issues, and random acts of God and killing power to Alex's computer. Today we have a ton of people on this episode as well. We hope you enjoy. You know me, MTG fan.
And this is Michael. I'm back again. I run the Tumblr Portapod, and I hate everybody.
Hey everyone, this is Zach, returning again. I'm a player, a judge, and I run the blog IHitItWithMyAxe.tumblr.com. Glad to be here.
And today we also have some newcomers.
Hi, I'm Kristina. I run vidalkingirl.tumblr.com. My favorite card is Platinum Angel. I love all Angel cards. I'm mostly a Timmy player with a little bit of Johnny. I play mostly limited formats like Draft and Sealed, and I also play Casual and EDH. I started playing around Lorwyn, took a break, and then started again at Mirrodin Besieged. And that's it for me.
Hey everyone, my name is John. I run crowndizzle.tumblr.com. My favorite card has to be Skull Clamp. I understand that probably gets me a lot of hate, but still one of my favorite and one of the most broken of all cards. I play casual and I draft quite a lot. Limited is probably one of my favorite things to do. And I started playing back in Lorwyn. My brother's friend actually taught me how to play the game and taught me all the mechanics based on a black-blue fairy Lorwyn deck, running Una and all those crazy cards. And he taught me to hate the game, and then I slowly picked up the game and learned how to fight it. So yeah.
Hi, my name is Sierra, and my favorite card is Elvish Archdruid because it makes my Genesis wave big. I love all elves. I play Legacy, and I started playing around Lorwyn, and my Tumblr is Nerdy Lolita.
Yes. Hi, my name's Alex. I started playing during Onslaught. One of my favorite cards of all time is Arcbound Ravager. I mostly play Standard, and I stick to pretty much whatever the Standard block is. My Tumblr is Fuck Mono Green Elves, and yeah. I was supposed to be here last week, but some jerks didn't tell me that they were doing it, so here I am now.
I'm sorry.
I think I covered that with the "I hate you all" statement. I'm pretty sure it's right.
Alright, I'm Sean, Top Deck Troll on Tumblr. My favorite card is Battle of Wits. And I'm an obvious Timmy. My favorite format is limited. Field draft mainly. And I started playing back in Mercadian Masks 10 years ago.
Hi, my name is Adam. I am of mtgworld.tumblr.com. I co-own that. My favorite card is Sensei's Divining Top. I like watching the extended scene and playing anything casual or limited or anything like that. Any drafts. Loves drafts. Drafts are so fun. I started playing around Zendikar. And as for my playstyle, I'm more of a Johnny Melvin hybrid. And for those of you who don't know who a Melvin is someone who is very into the rules and likes to try to break the game through the rules and try to find interesting, different little intricacies in the rules that you can use to your advantage.
So on the board today we have M12. Alright, so what do we think about the changes that M12 brings? For example, let's start with the old favorite Troll Shroud, now known as Hexproof.
I'm not a huge fan of the change, actually.
I'm not a huge fan of
the
word they used.
Yeah.
I'm glad they finally gave it a name, but I think they could have made it much better.
It's great to know that they finally condensed it, but they really needed to pick something better than Hexproof.
I just don't feel like Hexproof really covers that.
It doesn't flavor it.
Mm-hmm. Like, let's see here. With Hexproof though, it gives it a much more like tangible value. That it is a keyword that can and probably will be returning to core sets from here on out, which is nice. And it gives creative and design a little more flexibility room in their text boxes.
True. I think I was a little bit attached to the word Troll Shroud. I don't know. I know that's a really silly word, but I liked Troll Shroud a lot. I think it probably could have had just a nicer name associated to it.
But the term hexproof means that something bad it's against something bad, and not everything that can target your creature by an opponent has to be bad.
Exactly.
And Troll Shroud is too limited a name to actually have them name it, but it really did need to be condensed because it does find its way into every set.
Yeah, I think there's one creature in each set almost that has Troll Shroud, or hexproof, if you will.
I probably would have gone with something less flavorful.
I still like the idea of Troll Shroud. It's sentimental. That sounds strange, getting emotional over Magic the Gathering. It's like, people are like, Troll Shroud? I'm like, I remember the good days. Not the text.
It's kind of like Commander and EDH, though. People will always call it the old name in preference if they knew it back then.
Mm-hmm. And let's see here. The idea of hexproof, yeah, again, it's the that it can come back, and I kind of like it. But of course, when they're introducing it in M12, they have to put the little reminder text. So they have to put the little reminder text in order to remind us what hexproof is. Eventually, the reminder text is going to go away, and we'll be able to actually fit more things into that text box. And I'm excited for what might be coming in the future with it.
Yeah.
It's definitely something to look out for.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you guys were complaining about the name. What kind of name would you give it, possibly? If not hexproof, what would you call it?
I don't know.
I would probably have gone with evasion.
Yeah, evasion sounds pretty good.
Well, evasion already has a term. It's like, flying creatures that can't be really blocked. It's the informal term for that.
I'd probably give it a name that's like Shroud, because it is still like Shroud, but something in front of Shroud or in back of Shroud to make it different, because people already associate Shroud, with that sort of ability. So now it's going to be like, oh, hexproof is like Shroud. Other people can't target your stuff,
Yeah.
Super
Or even something as simple as cover would have been fine with me. Cannon.
Yeah, cover.
Yeah,
Awesome.
cover. I actually like the way cover sounds.
Yeah.
My creature's got cover. Oh, I can't target it. See that actually sounds like an actual interaction between two players.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you can't target it. It's got cover. Oh, it does.
It goes back to D&D roots, where if you're behind terrain and you are covered and you don't give combat advantage, it's the same idea.
Exactly.
I got +4 to my AC. I'm pretty excited, personally.
Oh my.
You want to talk about dyes?
Oh,
Did you already
dyes.
talk about Bloodthirst?
Thrilled with dyes.
Well, okay. Let's hit up dyes first, because I think that comes up next in the article. Yeah, when something dies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's such a funny word.
It's an old word. It's an old word.
Mm-hmm.
Did they
I wish we had Greybeard here to rant.
Greybeard would rant.
I just have to say, I think it's kind of funny the way that we've gone. 'Cause I remember they used to say something like dies. And I remember buried, which was it couldn't be regenerated, and then they changed it to it can't be regenerated. And, then it was when it's sent to the graveyard, and then we had removed from the game. And it was just really funny. And so now we're going to dies. We're simplifying it so much so. It's like, we complicated it.
Brutal.
Let's change it. No, he dies. Which, that does sound really permanent, doesn't it?
But I personally, I grow an attachment to my creatures, and I don't like the idea of them dying.
What is this, Pokemon?
Thanks, Ash
So
Ketchum. Jeez.
Are you going to run a funeral march in every deck, so when it dies, it's very appropriate?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Is that why you run Holy Day in all your decks?
Only on Sunday.
Swing for 68, stone-faced, Holy Day in Spanish. What do? You just lose.
Dia Santo. What?
Dios Santo.
So, everybody, okay, so everybody's still a little, on the fence about the word dies? I'm not quite clear.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm imagining the tournament where you're gonna be there and you're gonna be like, okay, well it dies, and the guy's just gonna look at you funny. Well, it does.
I don't know why this is even an issue at all.
I feel
It's
like a lot of
preference.
people already say the word dies, and I think Mark Rosewater was talking about it a little bit, and he was saying, a lot of people already use the term, so it's easy to fall into it, and now everybody, I guess, has to conform to that. But
Personally, I use the word killed.
Yeah.
Because killed
Like
doesn't
Doomblade
count
kills
as
your guy
permanent.
type thing.
Normally,
I
I'd
say
argue that it's all
Oh.
semantics, but Magic is a game of semantics, so unfortunately, it's one of those things that comes up for no real reason.
Okay. Well, I mean, again, I think it's mostly about like freeing up text box space. Because
They must have something giant coming in Innistrad then, if they need all that text
yeah,
box.
seriously. But if God forbid, this becomes like a game of Yu-Gi-Oh, where I need a freaking magnifying glass to like read all the text. That's one thing that really turned me off.
I'm having shell shock right now. Just please stop. No way, Yu-Gi-Oh. Good God.
Yeah, why'd you
No
have to say that
children's
now?
games here.
Sorry. Okay. All right. Moving forward.
So, Bloodthirst?
Yeah, Bloodthirst.
Yeah.
Love
I'm
Bloodthirst. Love Bloodthirst.
It's so mediocre.
No,
It's
it
such
is.
a
I beg
playful
to differ.
word.
I
You're
beg to
mediocre.
differ. My
It's
God,
so
well, I would make
good.
love with Bloodthirst. Honestly, if I can make love to a mechanic, it'd be Bloodthirst. That's just the way it is.
Mythic Dragon that I can't remember the name of with that Bloodthirst 6.
Furyborn
Hellkite.
Hellkite, the 7 mana 6/6 of Bloodthirst 6. Dude,
Yeah,
even
7
the
mana for
flavor
12,
text.
12?
The flavor text itself makes Bloodthirst sound even better. It's like, careful, a drop of blood here means death for us all. Like, oh my God, it's like, I don't know.
It's so good. It makes
it
me want.
enrages me. It makes me want to play a red deck. I don't know.
I mean, like it also brings up the idea of multiplayer again, where it's just like, dude, could you just hit this guy for me once? And then you're just like, all right, I hit him. I hit him with a burn spell.
The classic metagaming.
And then you just like, okay, Gorehorn Minotaurs, blah. It's a 5/5 for 4.
I'm excited to use it because it's a mechanic that I haven't experienced before. Because I guess I don't know what is Bloodthirst from. Whatever
Ravnica?
said it. From Ravnica. And Ravnica is before I started playing. And I think that's one of the good things about the core sets is that, they're bringing in something that some people haven't seen before, and now they get to play with it. And it's an interesting mechanic, even if, you don't like it very much. It's still a mechanic, and it makes the game, it makes you have to think about the game a little bit more.
I mean, the thing about recycled mechanics, though, is that, those of us who've been playing for a really long time, they'll bring mechanics back in that even originally we were just kind of like, oh, fuck, it's so boring, And you don't want to see it again, but you don't get a choice.
Yeah, because if you don't use it, your life gets really awkward.
Let's take a moment
Exactly.
and relax right here real fast. Let's talk about a mechanic, rather a creature that comes back nonstop. Giant spiders. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Screw Giant Spider.
We're going to talk about Giant Spider and how it beat Giant Growth for coming back. I mean, really? Really?
Why?
I understand it's a 3/4 with reach, and that's great and limited. But you know what? Giant Growth and we had a past. We were friends, okay? I remember the time I hit someone with a 1/1, and they're like, oh, pish posh, 1/1 squirrel. And then I said, now it's a 4/4 squirrel. And they cried for hours because it's a giant squirrel.
I think Rosewater also said, too, that the reason they did it was because there's some other card coming in M12 that's going to make Giant Spider that much better or something, or make Giant Spider relevant. I'm excited to find out what that might possibly be.
Could it be in M12, or do you think they're going to release it later in Innistrad that will tie into M12 like that?
I thought he said M12, but it could be either.
Well, I remember Mark. I think it was Mark Rosewater who said, people who love green, like green planeswalkers, we have a thing for you. So he mentioned something about that.
I'm quite excited for that.
That's me.
Yeah, I like
think
that.
That's going to be an infect planeswalker.
How do
I think they should make a bloodthirsty spider. I don't like spiders in general, but if they added that mechanic to them, I think I'd be okay with that. I'd be content with.
Yeah, I'd be down with the Bloodthirst Spider.
Yeah, I mean, how would you win against that? You just lose.
All right, well,
you see that
maybe
Bloodthirst
they'll
Spider hit the
make
field, and you're like, done with that Bloodthirst Spider.
You scoop.
All right, I tell you what, I'll be
Spider.
fine with some sort of banding giant growth spider where it costs 1, you put a 3/4 giant spider into play with banding. That's
While
an
we're at it,
instant.
let's just give it affinity.
All right, let's do
Affinity
that.
for
Let's do
spiders.
that, and I will be satisfied.
Was this Greater Morphling? It's just got all this text to it.
Yes. All right, it is a great card. Let's do that.
Oh my god. So how do we feel about the... Okay, moving back to Hexproof again. So how do we feel about the actual card, Dungrove
Elder. The card's a beast.
Pretty average.
I love that card.
I like
that
it.
card
It makes
is
me want to
always
make a green deck.
It makes mono green far more viable in the format, just because it requires something else to answer it than a kill spell.
Okay, so
Yeah,
for the people who don't know, Dungrove Elder is a green and 2 colorless, rare hexproof, obviously, and its power and toughness are equal to the forests you control.
It's going to go great in my friend's Treefolk deck, and it's going to be a great mono green limited card.
I don't know, he's cheap to summon, and if you have a mana ramp deck that's all green, he could be so big.
I imagine he'll see play. I think mono green is definitely going to see play once October comes around in the format cycles, or at least for standards.
No, I agree 100%. I honestly think he's a good card. I'm not even a very big green player. Like, I'm not a fan of ramping and whatnot. I could still see him being viable.
And you would play him,
kind
right?
of scary. I'd play him, yeah.
I don't know. I can't see even drafting him at the
I would draft
way the
him.
game is now. I wouldn't do
He
it.
would be a first turn draft, and I would dedicate green.
Yeah, dude, you go mono green, he just gets bigger every turn, and you're sitting on a bomb that can't be killed.
Yeah, but it's not like pulling like a first pack Future Facts and knowing instantly what you're going to play no matter what. It just doesn't scream the same kind of effect for me. It doesn't really have a snowball effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you're
Well, I guess
seeking
that's something we
M12
can
draft,
see.
it doesn't have that sort of variance that Scars block drafting did with the infect. I mean, it's a lot more open. You could even run Dungrove in 2 colors.
Yeah, and he's still a beast. He's kind of
I
comparable
could
to
see him
Goyf
in
in a way.
Valakut.
Oh god, Valakut. Alright.
Screw Valakut.
So how do we feel about Soren making an appearance in M12 and presumably Gideon Juro?
Oh,
As long as they bring Liliana into Innistrad like the pictures have shown us, I'm okay with Soren being in M12.
I agree. I have an emotional attachment to Liliana. I don't know why.
She's been here
Strange.
since the beginning.
But yeah, Soren. I mean, he's a cool planeswalker, but I don't know. Liliana I don't know, nostalgia.
I think.
Well, I mean,
Soren-
they've already... Sorry, go ahead, Kristina.
Oh no, I just was saying, like, as far as like flavorfulness goes, I really like Soren as far as like him as a character in the Magic the Gathering like universe.
But that's because we haven't really explored Liliana as a character. We've only explored her in the book Agents of Artifice, and that's like the only time we really get to see her flourish.
Well, then we should see some more of her. I'm all for
That's
that.
why I'm all for Innistrad. So excited.
Me too.
This became a conversation about Liliana. Oh well.
It happens.
Soren Markov. Oh yeah.
Hey, hot planeswalker chick. That's all I'm saying. I mean, come on.
What about
Can't
me
say no to that.
Okay, oh, that's right, Chandra's Phoenix as the Biobox promo
Ooh.
for M12.
I don't like red.
That's a very offensive comment, sir.
That's biased.
Yes, we'd like you to leave now.
I love that. Just fuck red.
Alright.
Fuck
I
you.
don't know. No, this is my problem with red. I don't like burn red. I like different types of red besides burn, like I see everybody else playing.
You're making
So how
red
do you
decks
feel
like
about red
hot
mill?
sauce.
I like red. I like Tapsack, like elementals.
Oh, those, yeah. What about, like, what was that? It had, like, Hell's Thunder in it and everything.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
What was it?
So then
Hell's
how do you feel
Thunder,
about
it's
things
got, like,
like
Wall
Dragonstar?
Lightning, all that kind
Oh,
of
I
stuff.
like that. I like what I played against last night. That I played against with Michael.
Pandemonium deck.
His Pandemonium deck. I like that.
That was hilarious.
I like that because I was playing my Sapperlings. But
That's not what they're called.
I'm sorry, my salad tokens.
Your salad tokens.
Yes,
There
he's
you go.
playing salads. It was pretty awesome, I have to say.
Okay. Alright, so, let's go ahead and move on from M12 to everybody gets a Soul Ring. Let's talk about some Commander.
Everybody gets
Soul Ring.
Soul Ring.
See, I have 6 right now. Now I'm gonna have 11. I'm pretty excited.
I have my playset. I'll be at 9 now.
You suck.
I'm going to have 6.
So let's see here. What are some of the creatures that the legendary creatures that you're going to be excited about getting from these packs of that Commander? I'm assuming everybody has a spoiler up, right?
Yeah, actually, I'm pulling up the spoiler right now.
I
remember some.
Okay.
I was like, ooh, I want
Nin, the paint artists.
Nin, the paint artist.
And Battle Seraph. Those are the ones that I'm very excited for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited to see the Spore Giants, or the Spore Legends, the one of the legendary general dudes.
Oh, which one is that one?
He hasn't been spoiled yet. It's just a big Spore guy. You can vaguely read what his card says.
I'm very excited for the Spore guy, especially because I have Saprolings.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking of him for.
Okay. Oh, what was the one guy who said, Skullbriar. Skullbriar, who essentially was made for EDH. He just says like, oh yeah, my +1/+1 counters stay on me all the time.
Always.
Forever.
Yeah, I mean, he was made for EDH, so he's definitely going to be a popular champion. Plus, green and black is pretty cool. I mean, come on, those are nice.
I'm okay with green and black. I'm down with the whatever, I can't remember what the Ravnica guild was. Golgari.
Red. If it's not red, you
not red.
it.
I like Oros. I just don't like red.
And then we have here, what was it, Archangel Strife, who says make a choice, war or peace. What do you think you would pick normally?
That's just really interesting. I just have to say that's a really
weird mechanic.
Concept.
That's a very political mechanic. I'm really glad they're doing more of the players picking sides thing with this.
Because it taps into something about, EDH and multiplayer in general. It taps into, like, politics, along with, like, stuff like Death by Dragons, where you just say target player doesn't get dragons and everybody else gets dragons, which is very funny.
That's just funny.
What I also like about Archangel of Strife is it actually gives you it lets you look into the mind of how someone's going to be playing when you get Archangel of Strike out. Because if they choose war, then you know they're going to pull aggro. But if they choose peace, then you know that they're going to defend themselves so they can set something up.
Mm-hmm.
I just like it because it's an angel, but all those other things too.
I have a question based on the mechanics of that card, though. Do all players have to choose at the same time, or can they choose after another player chooses? What gives priority at that point?
I believe it goes by turn order priority, that kind of thing.
Okay, because, if you can make decisions based on them, if you want to be complete, ass about it, if they go war, you can go peace. It just balances everything out. If it's a multiplayer game, if you're, worried about a certain player and they're going war and you go peace, anyone else who doesn't go peace is just it's gonna make them be more volatile.
Very true. Mm-hmm. But I think that's the great part about this card, is because it's going to allow people to be so. It's going to introduce it's probably the biggest politics card here, besides Nin the Paint Artist, if you will.
Let's see.
Yes, Nim the Paint Artist. Hey, excuse me, I'm going to kill your creature, but I'm doing it because I want you to draw, because I'm a nice guy.
You don't even have to kill the creature, you can do 1 damage. You can say, if you don't attack me, I'll give you a card.
I feel like you can put mill spells in there too, even though I know nobody likes to build mill decks for...
I love mill decks.
I love mill decks too. I have one, it's sitting right next to me.
I love mine. My commander right now is Luna Creature of Fate, and I love nothing more than to just mill somebody to death.
Oh, I don't like mill EDH, but I like mill casual.
Oh, mill EDH is just
it's so
kind
rude.
of cheeky, but it works out pretty well, especially with Traumatize. That really helped out a whole lot. But I feel like with Nin the Paint Artist, you could probably sneak some stuff in there to help mill too.
Okay.
Moving on to Edric.
What's that?
We should move on to Edric, the insane
I don't like it.
card draw.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
You guys are too harsh.
Would he be good for like a mill deck?
He would be good. He would be good for I like him because he's again politics.
Yeah.
He's very, very good at politics.
I don't feel like he's good
You're
enough.
the guy
for
that plays the
us
Howling
to-
Mind. People don't kill you. That's how Edric's going to be.
Oh.
Yeah,
Howling
you're kind of like the person who plays the Mana Flare, or the Heartbeat of Spring, or the Howling Mine. People
I just
like
don't
that.
like blue elves.
I feel like maybe that one wouldn't be as good if you were trying to mill somebody, because like you have to deal combat damage to an opponent instead of just deal combat damage in general. There's a lot of spells out there where it's like, okay, you have to make them draw a card if they attack or if they deal combat damage at all, and those I feel like are a lot more efficient than something that says you have to get to your opponent, especially if it's not something that flies.
Edric's good because he incentivizes your opponents swinging at your other opponents. He's a great multiplayer card because he rewards people leaving you alone during combat.
Yeah.
By the way,
That's
welcome
the thing
back, Zach.
Because
Yes, I'm glad Zach came back. I thought that I was looking forward to tonight.
It's all because of connectivity issues. Sorry, everybody.
It's alright.
But it's not like you are discarding the card whenever he deals or someone deals combat damage. It goes to their hand. Like, what if they get a good card from that?
But you're pointing fingers in the EDH instead of people swinging at you. You're like, don't hit me. You profit from me being around. You become symbiotic with them. They're not going to kill you off until everyone else is dead.
And also, nobody would be swinging at you because the way Edric reads, it would be when it deals damage to any of your opponents. So even if they swung at you, they wouldn't get that card draw they would if they were swinging at other people.
Because it doesn't say an opponent.
Exactly.
I did not notice that. Okay.
He's a sneaky little dick. I'll give him that.
I know we're not on Corridor, but if it costs one less for each creature card in your graveyard, does that include the extra 2 that you have to pay every time it goes back to the commander zone?
If you're casting it straight from the commander zone, yes.
Okay, so you could really make that a lot nicer.
Yeah, he's good.
Mm-hmm.
He is a beautiful general.
And you can just cast stuff. You can cast stuff from your graveyard. It's just like, I've got a recursion engine going.
I mean, I have to like the Angel best, but I feel like that's probably one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's mythic. Okay, sure.
Yeah, I don't know why. Why did they choose to make him mythic while everybody else is a rare?
I think the Centaur, obviously. They're
the Centaur spirit. He's communing.
They're prominent in the mythic community.
He wouldn't be a
Never
legendary feature unless they made him mythic.
I have a question.
One more thing. Edric,
where is our Sphinx?
Oh, Sphinx. Oh, yeah, I know, right?
I don't know if this got said about but Edric reads whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, that creature just control may draw a card. So that means you get a card.
It works for you too.
Not that it works for you, but that's a triggered ability that triggers for every creature that deals combat damage. If you run like a token army, you can draw a shit ton of cards off of him.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. What was the question one more time? The Sphinx?
Yeah, where is our Sphinx legend? Like, what? We have like elves, angels, centaurs, vampires, zombies. You have Vidalkin, but we don't have a Sphinx.
I'm sure one will be spoiled. I mean, we only have 6 out of, 10?
6 of...
There's only 6 commander
out of 51 total.
I thought.
Yeah. But we don't have the other 5 main legendaries. Or the other 4 main legendaries, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're still missing goats and squirrels being the most important. Sure.
I'm excited. I truly am excited to see this format take off, because it's the most important thing to get out of this is that Wizards is really digging their teeth and going to be really supporting this format. Hopefully,
maybe we'll see tournaments.
Maybe.
I'd like to.
Yeah, they've said no. They're like, I
think at some point they're gonna have to. It's
I think
so
there'll be too much demand to not do EDH tournaments, and EDH
You have to
tournaments
adapt.
are fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
they last
Here's
like
the
6
thing,
hours
though.
sometimes, but
Are they?
whatever.
What you got to realize is that Wizards is a business too, and they grabbed a hold of EDH and called it Commander because they knew they could profit from it, and because it's a huge format, it's blowing up, and they saw, hey, we do some of the multiplayer projects, why not do this? We can make a ton of money. This format is skyrocketing in popularity, so they did, and they will.
Oh,
I think it's inevitable that they'll be doing, some sort of tournament play for EDH, or Commander, rather.
Mhm.
But it's just probably something that's coming in the hopefully near future.
Very near future. I don't have the actual patience or the intelligence, honestly, to make like a classic, EDH deck, like a, unique one. But like, when I go to my local game store, like seeing all my friends play EDH together, like the interaction between them, that alone is like it's enthralling, really. Like you can see
It's
what
enough
people
to make you want to play the game.
Yeah. When you see people, teaming up and, going apeshit on each other, it's like, it's fun. Like, the actual, like, what we were saying earlier, the politics, like, the politics really make EDH because, like, some people just synergize so well that you need to take 2 people at a time, or, they overrun you. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, and I think any multiplayer format is like that. It's going to be, full of politics. You're always going to have some people thinking, well, maybe if I team up with the guy next to me, we can take out the guy who's the biggest threat and make sure he doesn't win. Like, that's part of the fun of any multiplayer.
I think in order for EDH to be, like, successful as a tournament format, there should be different ways to gauge, who technically, quote-unquote, wins. There's a
point system.
Yeah, there's a point system on the EDH.
Dragon.
Yeah. That says, like, a moral victory. Like, yeah, you lost, but you caused everybody to, like, sacrifice all their crap, so you get a point for being, a Timmy. Or
going out with a bang.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and the fact that you can only take so much commander damage, too, is kind of an interesting way of altering...
Most commander deaths, or something like that.
Yeah. I think it's kind of weird right now that for EDH, you can only take 10 points of poison damage still, when you have technically 40 life total.
Yeah, I think they're going to be changing that pretty soon.
I really hope so, because I have a friend with an
Phyrexia.
EDH. Yeah, he's got a nasty poison one, and he just held the entire table of eight people under his hand while he could have proliferated all of us to death, if he wanted to.
I think they're going to have to change the poison limit.
Well, what would you change it to? Because in Two-Headed Dragon, it's turned into 15.
I feel like
20.
Just regular
Really?
20?
I think 20.
Because
it takes 21 to die from a general.
Mhm.
And I feel 20 is a good number because it's half of your life total.
Well, I mean,
And
how
if
would
it's
you... Like, Skithiryx would just need to hit you, the normal 20 times instead of 21, for example.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, whatever.
That's not gonna hit you like I normally would. Oh, go me.
It definitely needs to be changed, and I'm sure they'll change it, but I just think it's kind of weird that it's still the same way it is right now. I just get wiped to death with that.
It's like as soon as you, like, plop down something that has infect or poisonous on it, you just become the enemy of everybody at the table.
But wait,
No, yeah.
wait, guys, we can malady this. We can all play white and play the card Leeches.
Oh, wow.
True. Let's play
All the way
Leeches.
back to Homelands. I just did it.
Or
That
make
just happened.
Malera out
Good
all the
God.
time.
Oh, Malera.
Gotta
There's so
love
many,
it.
Am I
there's
the
so
only
many
one who's gonna
interactions
do
with that
this?
card. Like, name off a few examples. I think somebody here had a few examples of malaria being used to devious exploits. Didn't
It's
it?
just so flavorful and nice.
Yep, that was me. That was for modern format, though.
Oh, okay. All right. You know what?
Yeah.
We got time. Let's go ahead and move into modern format right now.
Awesome. Zach, do you want to start this off? Because I know you were really excited.
I think Zach just...
Actually, I think Zach may have just disconnected again.
Uh-oh.
That bastard.
Awkward. So yeah, modern format, you know.
Oh, he's back.
Wait.
There he is.
Zach, we need you.
Sorry, guys. Bad connection.
Stop torrenting.
Bring it in for us.
Alright, so we're modern format. Before you disconnect again.
Okay, so I am so excited about Modern. For those of you who don't know, Modern is the format that Wizards is testing with the Community Cup going on right now. It's not an official format. There is, however, a ban list. So what Modern format means is it's any set printed with the original, with the Modern card frame. That means 8th edition and forward, and original Mirrodin block and forward. And there's obviously it's a massive card pool. The ban list for that includes the 5 colored artifact lands, Chrome Mox, Dark Depths, Sense's Divining Top, Skull Clamp, Sword of the Meek, Umezawa's Jite, Bulgari Grave Troll. This is a very exciting format. It's very fresh. It's got a lot of the breadth that people like about Legacy, in that there's a ton of different things you can do, but it also solves some of the problems that Legacy has, like nothing in this format is on the reserved list, so that opens up a lot of ground. It's not degenerate to the point where you need things like Force of Will to hold the format together, and there's no Force of Will. Or other free counter magic like Days. It's a very strong format. Don't have any misconceptions about that. But it's new and people don't really know what's going to be like the best deck in the format. Or there will
yes,
be.
We do. We all know.
Okay, so I know what I think is the best form deck, and that's Affinity. Affinity is really, really good.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
Affinity only has one artifact land left, and that's the
Darksteel Citadel.
Darksteel Citadel.
Yeah.
What about
but
that's still really good.
There's really good tech. Like you still have really
Uh-oh. There goes Zach again.
Oh, Zach fell out?
I have a question.
Okay.
Is Limited going to phase out anything time shifted?
Or
Modern, I meant? Modern, I meant.
No, the time shifted cards are going to stay.
Yeah, they're
at least
all
as far as
there.
they've said. I mean, that could change depending on when they do the new ban list, but they said
they're not part of the border, is what it.
Well, yeah, but they're modern cards. Mm-hmm. So their idea was that it was modern borders, or borders that came after modern.
Just not the original one that I love. Everything where 7th back, where I was like, oh my god, this is so pretty. Look at my coat of arms, which is the best art ever. 7th edition.
So do you think that like in Legacy, it's going to be Goyf is going to still stay $80?
I think that all of the Legacy cards are still going to end up the same.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you think that they might go up in price because of Modern?
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think that some of them actually may go up. I think that things like, now that Lightning Greaves is being reprinted, I don't see that going up. But, cards like Lightning Greaves that were very pivotal cards in their time that don't really see that much play, but are, still moderately expensive, Some of the equipments from that time are also kind of expensive, and I think that those are going to become more expensive now because of this format.
I think that's an argument on that, because one of the other things is, since none of these cards are on the can't reprint list, that means they can make more, which means we're going to have more of the cards, and they're a lot easier to find than old school Legacy cards, like, oh god, all of them. Yeah, so some of them,
I agree.
they're still going to be expensive, but if we're getting reprints, like Lightning Greaves, which we're getting reprints of, then they're probably going to go down in price. They're going to go from $12 cards to $3 cards. Still not cheap, but not expensive. More than I want to pay.
The thing is,
the thing is with the equipments, and especially, they're going to become really popular because of, there are archetypes now that the format is so open that you can use them, as opposed to before when they were not really the most useful cards in the world. I mean, you had a few that were really good, but then the rest of them were kind of blatantly ignored. And
Did we miss a banned card? Did we miss the GT?
No, he said it.
No,
I
didn't said it, I mean.
Yeah, those, like, GT and Skull Clamp and Lightning Greaves are the only equipments I can think of that were really, spectacular in their times. The rest of them were just kind of iffy. And I think that's good.
Swords.
Well, yeah, Sword now, but Sword before was just, it was okay. Like, it was good as far as equipment went, but that was still bad because it was card disadvantage. I don't know. I think that we'll see things like Nodachi and, I was going to say Sword of the Meeks band. Cheaper, smaller equipments that were ignored before, they're going to come back. And things like Loxodon Warhammer are also going to go up in price a lot unless they reprint them.
Oh, I also think it's funny. Ornithopter, come on, this is going to be great in the set. When you think about the current Red Winds deck that people are using right now, you mix
goblins?
that with the old stuff from Mirrodin, and you mix that with the Affinity. I think that's what Zach was going to talk about, which is like, that's going to be ridiculous. Metalcraft, Affinity, combined together, you're going to be talking about some stupid third turn 7/7s coming out because they hate you.
And they're assholes.
You know what's going to happen to those 7/7s, though?
Bushwhacker you with affinity decks and just throw completely random things into their decks that don't really fit, that you aren't prepared for. Like you expect to see in an affinity deck. You've been playing against affinity for years, and you expect to see, straight affinity, arcbound, whatever, and then suddenly you get a Bushwhacker for like 7 damage, and you're like, what?
You know what your Bushwhacker crumbles to, though? Holy Day.
Oh my god.
Fuck Holy Day.
I hate
you
Holy
again.
Day.
You again with that Holy Day. Hey,
Alright, well, okay. Real quickly, tell them what happened. Because
so we were playing.
This is going to be an in-joke for the longest time. They really need to know what's going on.
So you let them know, John. You let them know.
Okay, so I'm playing my mirror deck. It's, I have 2 Tempered Steels on the field. I have my second Battle Steer down. I have like 58 tokens, right? He's playing his stupid salad deck, right?
No,
well, it's not
Merfolk.
stupid. Oh, no, yeah, it was Merfolk. That's after everything on the field was destroyed because he played, what demon was it? He played a demon that killed, he killed everything with the exception of my stuff and his own demon because nothing else was like black or artifact. So all of a sudden I swing at him and I do all the math. I end up swinging for 68. And I'm like, well, I'm swinging for 68. And he just stone faces. He's like, okay. And I'm like, you're just accepting it? He's like, Holy Day. Not even a regular one. A Spanish Holy Day. He throws it onto the floor, and I'm just like,
Dios Santo.
No! Dios Santo! Friggin' Holy Day. Every deck he runs with white has Holy Day in it. I don't understand.
He only runs one, so that's kind of so it's like, what? Really?
You just have to get it every time.
Yeah, how do you keep doing that? Stacking.
He got it in both games that we played.
What was the other deck that I had? Oh, yeah, that's right. I had it in my Godoltha deck, too, my Boros Godoltha.
Yeah, I did not expect that from that deck. I'm just like, okay, it's a Holy Day. What the hell? Come on, what is this?
Me gusta.
Me gusta Holy Day.
Me gusta Holy Day.
How do you say it?
So I'm just going to run a modern deck with nothing but Relentless Rats, because I can do that.
Dude, Thrumming Stone. Get there, some Swarm Yards, you're golden. Like, honestly.
That sounds like the greatest deck that's going to be there. Greatest modern deck ever.
Just because it's filled with rats. I mean, what's not to love?
Then you get surgical extraction down your rats and you lose. It just happens.
You know what? At that point, you just accept it.
I still feel like the best deck ever is going to be 60 Chancellor of the Dross. All the way.
How do you do that?
60 Chancellor of the Dross. Opening hand, 7 Chancellor of the Dross. End game. Rage quit.
Yes, that's in Lawler Skates league where you can.
That's in casual league where nobody cares what you play.
Oh, I think I would care if you did that. But it's like the Inception deck.
I mean,
it's a game within a game.
I don't care who I would play with that deck. That deck would win every time.
If you're playing against that deck, you must mulligan until you have a Despise, and then like a the Extraction card. It's just like,
Surgical Extraction.
Surgical Extraction. Yeah, you must mulligan until you have Despise and Surgical Extraction in your hand.
Yeah.
You cannot fight that deck straight up.
Honestly, if that was used against me and they had 60 Chancellors of the Dross like sleeved and ready to go, I'd let them win. They've done the work. They went out and got 60 of those bastards.
I know.
I have
you gotta have
procured
some respect for
Chancellor
that.
of the Dross. I will be ready for anyone to please go against me in any format, whatever, that I can play in. In draft, I could get 60 Chancellor. No, I guess it would be 40. If I could get 40 Chancellor of the Dross in any limited format, that'd be perfect.
That'd be ridiculous. I got nothing but bugged packs. It's actually kind of a problem. But it's okay. It's okay.
A good problem. Really good problem. It's an okay problem. It's like having a bunch of foil cards come out, just, packed full of foil cards. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
I'm okay with this. Everything went better than expected.
Yeah, and everything turned out okay.
Which, by the way, is there an official ruling if you just so happen, you're sitting there, you're going to your pre-release, you're like, oh man, I sure hope I get the good mythic, a good chase rare, and you open up your pack and it's entirely bugged and filled with nothing but like Power 9 cards or something. Do you get to play with those?
Well, if it was filled with Power 9, then no, because they had that thing during Zendikar where it's like, oh yeah, hidden treasures. Oh look, check it out. It's Mox freaking Lotus or something. Or what? Did I just say Mox Lotus? Crap.
You did say Mox Lotus.
Somebody just slapped me right now. Oh.
I could.
Okay, but you get a Black Lotus, and well, you can't play with that, unfortunately. They're just like, well, yeah, it's in your pack, but you can't play with it. You essentially just remove it. You just pocket that, whatever. Do what you will.
On the flip side.
But if your pack messes up in the fact that you get a bunch of the same thing, it's like an actual error, you get a bad card that has nothing on it, that kind of thing, then you have to turn it into the the tournament organizer, I believe. Then you get
keep it and get a different one. And just pay for it.
I've actually pulled a pack where all my cards were completely blank, and on the back where they were only half of the actual card had the back of the magic. Oh. And the pack itself was crimped on the top of the card, so the top of my cards were rigid, and I'm just like, what the hell is this?
Sell that for so much money. There's so many people out there who will just buy odd cards like that, and they just love that.
What would you do with those? Would you make your own proxies and draw smiley faces LOL, Black Lotus? What is this?
Actually, the coolest thing I've heard about people wanting to do is the owner of the shop that I go to. His name is Billy, and he's been collecting those those really old tournament cards that were blank and whatever. He wants to make a deck out of all of his friends. He wants to put pictures or let them draw pictures of themselves and just let them put whatever abilities they want for themselves and then play a deck of his friends. Wouldn't that be the most awesome thing ever?
Yeah, I've actually awesome. Attempted that. I've made for birthday presents of my friends, I'd be like, I'm gonna make a magic card out of you, and they just turn out with one, and they're just like, oh, this is the most awesome thing ever. I would put 4 of me in this deck.
Yes, I put 60 of me Chancellor of the Dross. I would make my Chancellor of the Dross and let somebody play 60 of me.
So.
Yeah,
I had a magic card birthday cake.
So cute.
I want cake.
Yeah, we did that for my friend's going away party. She was the PR for our gaming club, so we made her a cake that was a card with an elf on it that was her.
Oh, that's adorable. That's what I want.
What was on your cake?
A bunch.
Yeah,
what was on
the
cake? Yeah, was it Jace the flavor sculptor? Was it something delicious?
That's awesome.
Sculptor.
Chocolate swamps? Were they chocolate swamps?
Oh god.
Snow-covered chocolate swamps. You get the
oh my god, that sounds so good. They're
next pre-release, somebody needs to make that cake.
Alright, sounds good. Actually, I had a friend, I have a friend who played Magic, but I got her more into it. And the very first time she ever came over for a D&D session, she made Magic the Gathering cookies, and I knew right then she was going to be a part of the group forever.
She's
She's
that's
the one.
so nice.
All
She's
right.
the one.
Still
The
locked up in
only.
the kitchen to this day.
Actually, she still plays with us over Skype, even though she's in another state.
Yeah.
Because that's how dedicated we are.
Oh yeah, that's the
So
good
Magic
shit.
the Gathering desserts.
Oh my god, she probably to make Magic the Gathering desserts over Skype. If you could transfer that, when technology comes, transfer Magic the Gathering cookies over Skype. One day.
Yep. We got
Okay.
thrown off topic by
So-
food.
Yeah, we've derailed, unfortunately. So, let's see here. Who is going to be talking about Overextended? July 2nd is Overextended Day. It's like what was it? It's a fan-made format, I believe, correct?
Yeah, it's to fix it's supposed to fix the broken extended format right now.
Mm. And it goes from Invasion forward, I believe. Zach is all in the he's in the IM right now, Zach, and he's helping us because there's something up with his audio or his connection or something, some combination of the two, and it's really confounding us right now.
Yeah, and he's the only one I wanted to listen to.
I thought you hated everybody.
Well,
Mostly
he's not a person, so he doesn't count. I don't have to hate him.
Oh,
He likes
okay.
killing zombies and fests.
Nobody
really?
Invasion.
Left whatever.
Yep. Nope. Look, I like Invasion. I actually really like the Invasion block. I went on a rant last time talking about the art from back then. So yeah,
Oh, delicious.
those
I
were
like-
those were
My
good times.
God, I love Invasion.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Let's see.
I can actually play Overextended.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I think many players could probably play through. The majority of players could probably play through Overextended. I think most people got their start in Invasion or such.
You guys make me feel so old because I was in Ice Age. Thanks.
Oh well. I mean, I started Shards, so I'm like a baby compared to all these people.
I'm from Zendikar, so I'm like the second.
Aren't there 3 Lorwyn babies in the channel right now? I know I'm a Lorwyn baby.
Oh, I guess there is
Lorwyn
three. Yeah.
baby.
I'm a
I like
Lorwyn baby.
Lorwyn. I love all the art and all the play. I think Lorwyn's a really flavorful.
Lorwyn and Ravnica are tied for my favorites.
Okay.
Lorwyn's my favorite.
All right. Moving along. We want to talk about Limited and Scars of Mirrodin, and okay, I want you guys to tell me, how does the reverse order change the game for you in Limited?
I feel like it's a lot easier to pick from New Phyrexia. I don't know if it's maybe my hate of Mirrodin Besieged. I don't know why. I can't stand that set for some reason, but
Mirrodin Besieged didn't really add anything new.
maybe
Yeah,
that's
it really didn't.
I cannot stand it, but I feel like I open New Phyrexia and I'm like, oh yeah, this is a great card. This is a great card. I'm gonna do fine. And then I open Besiege and I'm like, oh, what was I gonna do again? And why is it?
Yeah, New Phyrexia is full of chaser cards.
Yeah, and then Scars swoops in and kind of saves the day like a hero and helps me out at the end.
Oh, Tumblr
Besiege-
magnets!
Besiege wasn't even supposed to be wasn't even supposed to be a set.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Yep, no, they said that they were considering making New Phyrexia a 2-block like Lorwyn.
And they were also
I'm okay with that, and I can kind of see where they're coming from because Besiege is just can't stand it. I want to die every time I open a Besiege pack.
I mean, like, they actually, I believe Mark Roswell was talking about this, they actually were thinking at first of just making New Phyrexia, making it, bam, that's the first set, because they're just, and then they kind of backed up on that idea because they were like, you know what, we really shouldn't, like, destroy an entire plane that people, you know, have played on before, without some actual, like, you know, transition.
Yeah, they needed story development, unfortunately, which sucks because if they had just plopped down New Phyrexia, I think that things would be much better right now.
Okay, so
I think that, like, with a lot of the useless cards that they printed in the first 2 sets, that they didn't really add anything, so we're still playing the entire Zendikar block, basically.
There's just so many, like, it seems like useless cards in Besiege that I can't see going anywhere past draft because you're forced to draft them.
Exactly.
Exactly.
As soon as it cycles out of draft, you're never going to see. No one's ever going to buy the pack, and it's going to end up like a Kamigawa.
Yeah. And you know,
Yep.
I like at least I feel like Kamigawa is a really flavorful set, but like
True,
I
but maybe like
it's before
Homeland.
my time. But Besieged, I just like I'm gonna think back on that when I'm older and be like, why did this happen?
Kind of like Homelands for those old people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Aaron the Relentless was
Homelands
amazing.
wasn't that bad.
Okay. All right, Aaron the Relentless. When it came out, we were like, "Oh my God, he regens. He's a red card that regenerates." It was like $30-$40, and then he sucked.
Okay, Zach down here is like very angrily like throwing up words. He's like he's down here in the little chat and he's just like he says I disagree. Scars was awesome. And I think he disagreed at the the statement of Kamigawa sucks. He's like, I love Kamigawa.
I don't think Kamigawa sucks. I just Kamigawa gave me my favorite card.
Yeah. I mean, like, Kamigawa was so full of flavor. I mean, like, there were cards in there that the names were just so good. I mean,
and like the dragons, like I saw a Kokusho, the black one, the other day, and I was like, oh my God, this is quite possibly one of the most awesome cards I've ever seen. Just because like the art on it, the text on it, it's a neat set. It was a good story. It has great art.
Okay,
you can't really argue with that too much.
Yeah, we're detracting again. We're detracting again. Like, what cards do you personally you will always first pick every time in the draft?
Spellskite. That card has saved me
Spellskite.
I actually went 3-0 both days I went because of Spellskite. So like numbing dose, and I'm like, lol, Spellskite. Like, oh, he's so good. Like, it's just ridiculous.
I would always grab him at night.
A lot of people take the rares, of course, from the first pack. With exception, everybody's always going to take a Batter Skull if you have a Batter Skull. I feel like, if you're going to talk about cards you draft, maybe second, third, or whatever, if you see an active aggression, I'd love an active aggression. If you can pick up a Rage Extractor and everybody is going to pass a Slash Panther unless they have a Rage Extractor, that'd be kind of cool, too.
I personally like to draft the Mental Missteps because I just like the way they are, and I know they're going to skyrocket in price, so I kind of those away.
One card that I'd never let pass up though has to be Spinebiter. Both days went 3-0. I was black green infect. I even wrote Spellskite in the infect deck because Phyrexia mana is just so good. But Spinebiter.
Oh my God, Phyrexia mana just completely ruins draft, not ruins in a good way.
Dismember. Dismember is like my favorite Phyrexian mono card. It's just so good.
Kristina, you were talking about earlier before we started recording Porcelain Legionnaire.
God, I love Porcelain Legionnaire. Porcelain Legionnaire. I love Angels, and then it's like Porcelain Legionnaire comes right after that, and like it's just. I mean, it's a 3/1 that you can get out turn 2. Was it turn 2? Yeah, turn 2 with Phyrexian mana. And
It destroys.
Yeah, it can swipe. Like, First Strike is just an amazing ability. Like, it makes you rethink how awesome First Strike actually is. And the next thing you want is, like, a board full of Porcelain Legionnaires. And behind Porcelain Legionnaire, if you're going to go white, I really like Cathedral Membrane. That's a turn 1,
I'm down with Cathedral Membrane.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be able to block almost everything you got there. And then I'm going to kill whatever.
Same thing. I also like Norn's Annex, especially if no one's running white.
Yeah,
we had a comment about that.
Norn's is a good chaser card too. Actually,
I don't want to talk about Norn's Annex. Oh my God, that part hits me.
And my girlfriend, when she was playing in Sealed, she would almost always pull off a Volt Scourge way earlier than she was supposed to.
Well, I see Sean down here, or Zach is his name. I don't know why I said Sean.
Oh,
Zach. about mutagenic growth.
Oh, yes.
I
like that.
Throw that in any deck you have, we'll win a draft for you.
I really
that's a game ender right there.
Yeah, you know who do you know who Genic Growth is? It's the cousin of my friend Giant Growth. Yeah.
Giant.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, what was that? Giant Spider? Couldn't hear you.
Giant.
I really like to veer into blue cards again. Gitaxian Probe. is something that
Jackson's
I like to
probe.
draft.
Yeah, there was actually an article about the probe today. It was being run in a blue-red pauper deck.
Yes. It's really just like a neat card, and like I was talking to somebody the other day who said, you know, a lot of people try and crack that card, you know, like first turn if they have it in their opening hand, but it's sometimes good to just keep it to see what people draw later on, because you always know someone's going to keep a hand with, you know, some lands in it.
Yeah.
So like if you crack it maybe like second, third, fourth turn, it's maybe a little bit more effective.
It's like
and it's
on
still an
to your
awesome card.
game. It just becomes
Yeah.
more and more relevant.
Yeah, definitely. So I really like Gataxian Probe right now. I like to draft that one if I can. You know, also the fact that it can go in anything you build kind of helps.
Yeah,
It's like
I really
Gauss.
do like this Phyrexia mana during draft because it allows you to throw in off color and be okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
Leeching Bite.
Leeching
Yeah,
Bite.
I love Leeching Bite.
That
I
plus
couldn't
Grim
underestimate
Reflection.
that card until I used it, and then it did wonders for me. And I think Zach wanted Phyrexian Metamorph, if somebody wants to talk about that. Besides it being awesome.
Metamorph.
I don't want to talk about Phyrexia Manamorph.
Feeling.
It
Okay,
does,
so-
especially with that combo that I saw on Tumblr today from Mark Rosewater.
Oh, the I
Infinite
just
life
compiled
combo?
this a bunch of times. I just flicker it in and out.
Yeah. Infinite Flicker.
Yeah. It's just like, well, if I got a Suture Priest out, I can either gain a whole crap I can gain a whole crap load of life and just kill you.
I can outlast you.
Suture Priest early game is a savior, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
And,
Suture Priest is so good.
Because it just
so
does
good.
stuff just for being there. In limited, that's really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, and it, you know, I'll take away one of your life every time you play a creature. Early game, that's going to really mess some people up.
Yeah, it's gonna wreck your crap.
I
It's
found
so
myself
easy to lose life in New Phyrexia.
I found myself using pulling white mostly because I loved Suture Priest so much. I wouldn't let her go.
Well, it's hard to not, you know, like some of the white cards. Like I said, Porcelain Legionnaire, Cathedral Membrane. There's good white cards. I would even say, you know, if you can drop a Chancellor of the Annex in limited, people hate you. You know, you get to pay one more for everything that you cast.
Completely slows everything down.
Exactly, and it's a beautiful card. Even Shattered Angel as well. I gotta keep with Angels because I love them so much.
And then there's
I know how you feel.
There's
Shattered Angel. You know, every time I play a land, or is it anyone plays a land? Oh no, opponent plays a land.
It's opponent plays land.
Okay, yeah, I'll gain 3 life just for you dropping a land. Like, that's awesome.
See, and then there's what was it, Suture Priest plus Mirrorsmith, where you're just like, oh yeah, I'll gain a guy, make you lose 1, I'll gain 1. It's just like, you know, it's like whenever I want. It's just
Yeah.
you're just it creates so much tempo in a limited environment. Limited Scars right now is just one of my favorite formats to play.
Yeah, I've enjoyed drafting with New Phyrexia out now. I drafted a lot, you know, when Besieged and Scars were out, and I was a lot less impressed with it. But New Phyrexia just, I feel like, really improved it. And on the topic,
blew me away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember looking at the spoilers, you know, a little bit earlier than everybody should have.
Spoilers.
I'm unsure of what you're talking about.
I'm
I'm sure that would be an illegal act.
We all looked. Whatever.
We all did. We all looked. Don't worry.
But I just remember looking at that and thinking, oh, thank God, this entire block is going to be saved with this set. And then going, if it's okay to go back to individual cards, going back to white, even if you're not playing white, but it does have white in it. Blinding Soul Eater is like a tumble magnet.
Blinding Soul Eater is so great.
It's one of the best cards ever, honestly.
You know, like I'll have a tumble magnet out that I just, you know, I can either pay 1 white or pay 2 life for, but I'd rather pay 2 life than let something super huge attack me, you know. And Darksteel Relic, oh man. Favorite card of the set.
Darksteel Relic. Oh my god.
I've been talking about favorite cards. I don't know. I liked the Phyrexian Obliterator.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I pulled 2 of those in my sealed deck, and I was playing mono black, and every time I got them out, I would be like, Phyrexia Obliterator, and the person's like, okay, answer dismember. I'm like, god damn it. I'm like, mutagenic growth. I'm like, he's back to life, right? And he's just like, dismember. Like, when someone uses 2 dismembers on you using Phyrexia mana for both of them, you understand how good of a card that is. Like, if he's willing to use 2 answers on that, like, I never had him out for more than 2 seconds. I ended up winning a couple of matches.
Nuts.
Oh, Zach, we can hear you.
Oh my god.
Hey, I got voice back.
He's back.
I mean, like I had 2 dismembers and like a whole bunch of red burn in my pool. It was amazing.
I really am a fan of. I really like. What is it? Noxious Revival. Another, Phyrexian. It's green, but you can put it in whatever. But put target card from a graveyard on top of its owner's library. You can put anything. You can put like the worst card ever on top of your opponent's library to make sure they don't draw anything good. Or I can put the super awesome card that you just got rid of on top of my library and draw it next turn.
Wait,
and it's an instant. So
wait,
I feel
does
like
it do
that's
that for cards you don't own on top of your library? What was the card again? I'm sorry.
On top of it,
put target card from a graveyard on top of its owner's library. So
on top of its owner's library.
You can target your opponent with that. You can put a land on top of their library if for some reason they discarded a land.
Yeah, you can definitely kill a draw.
Yeah, and that can be really important, I feel like, in draft, when you're getting to late game and you're top decking, if you top deck that and put some really crappy card on top of your opponent's library, that can be a game winner for you.
Like, that card's cool, but Remember the Fallen is just so much better.
Yeah.
Remember the Fallen
is really good.
I like
it.
They're a higher
That
cost,
card is
but
incredible. It's
Remember
so
the
good.
Fallen can't go into any deck, sadly. It can go into white, and I've already expressed my love of white. But
and angels.
And angels. I will
Racist.
express that all day.
Someone get Desolation Angel on this board.
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of magic racist. That's terrible. But
I see how it is.
no problem. I like all colors.
Yeah,
Sure. No, I have a lot of blue and red and green friends. Yeah.
If they made purple, we'd be okay.
Some of my best friends.
Oh my god.
Oh, the article, purple.
Get some purple up in here.
That'll be for another day, I think. But let's get some final thoughts here. What do we think about the limited format for Scars block?
Love it.
Fantastic.
Honestly,
absolutely fun to play.
Really good.
It's one of the few blocks I could sit there and do multiple drafts of in a single day. I think me and my girlfriend Liz literally did like 4 drafts in a day, nonstop.
You can do the drafts in a row, and because it's so diverse, you can have a different deck each time.
Yeah.
I liked Scars, and specifically NPH Limited, better than I liked Rise of the Eldrazi Limited. And Rise of the Eldrazi Limited was the fucking shit.
Yeah, Rise of Eldrazi Limited, that takes me back. Just having level up creatures, and then everybody has access to Eldrazi because they're colorless, that kind of thing.
Eldrazi conscription on a fucking... What is that level up merfolk looter? I had a kid Eldrazi conscription that and just beat my head in. It was the worst.
Enclave Cryptologist?
Yes.
Yeah, I was upset. Like, I didn't scoop, I just sat there staring at him. I'm like, are you for real right now? Really?
I don't have any more lands.
He's beating me with the looter.
I don't think anybody would argue that the limited with the Scars block is just, it's fun to play. People are going to keep drafting with it. If you haven't drafted with it, it would be great to start, because now that you can get all 3 packs, you don't have to suffer through to Besieged. Or goddamn Besieged all the time.
How often, when in your guys' experience, how often does like poison blowouts happen? Like, oh, I'm just being hit for 1. Now it's a 7. That's a 7/7 poison, and then you're like, oh well, I'm dead.
It happened. I feel like it's happened a lot less since New Phyrexia came out. It happened to me a lot more before that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, before.
Wow, that is the exact opposite of what I ran.
Yeah. I've won every game back on the back of poison.
Yeah.
I have to say I agree with Kristina, though. I've always come across, before it was more infect than now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's just like I would lose all the time to like one little infect guy, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there would be the Untamed Might, and I'm just like, I just throw my hands up in the air, and I'm like, well, I can't do anything about that.
But now that card is Triumph of the Hordes. It's the Infect Overrun, and that card is nuts.
No one I drafted was picked that card up for some reason. Like, it was always like 7th pick. Like, I didn't understand it. Like, Overrun itself would be picked way before that. That's like it's a friggin' Infect Overrun. It's it's a
brutal drop. It's a 4-drop. You win on turn 4.
It's not to say that, there isn't, there's obviously some good infects in New Phyrexia. The 1-drop Glistener, is it Glistener Elf? Yeah, I mean, that with mutagenic growth, with anything on it, that's going to be, you were just going to do me for 1 poison, now you're going to do, 5. That can be very detrimental. But I just think that with all the removal that New Phyrexia brought in, with all the really good black cards, I think it's combating infect a little bit.
One card that I saw that was ridiculously good at fighting infect was Shrine of Burning Rage. I ran that card in not even red decks. I'm like, every turn, this is getting a freaking counter on it. I'm also playing black green infect, so I have my Grim Affliction, so I'm proliferating. It's just when someone plops down something just terrifying, and you're just like,
you're like,
okay,
bam, rage it,
boom, Shrine of Burning Rage, explode it. Like, what do you do against that? Shrine of Burning
Rage is a really great limited card. I feel like I run that whenever I can, because that one that I feel like is one of the
Shrine
best.
of Burning Rage, that's a constructed playable card that the red proliferate deck. Shrine of Burning Rage is a 5-mana commitment in 2 chunks for 8 damage, 9 damage. It's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a game I destroyed someone. He was at 8 poison counters, and we're stalling out at that point. He's dropping huge creatures, and I can't sacrifice that in the middle of the game, and he was too busy worried about my infect, and I'm like, as long as he's, focused with my creatures, I'll build up the shrine as long as I possibly can, playing Leeching Bites, and then Grim Afflictioning right afterwards, proliferating, him not even paying attention to the shrine, and I'm just blow up shrine for 27, and it's just are you for real right now? And I'm like, it's been there the whole game, it just happens.
I don't have to remind you of it type thing.
Yeah, and I really like to bring up another card, Glistening Oil. I use that tonight. Glistening Oil, if you put that, put it on something that's already going to do infects to you, it really helps. Especially something that, has a 1 toughness. That's a really good way to get rid of something. I feel like Glistening Oil is a really good removal spell.
It's a fantastic removal spell. Especially limited right now. That and dispatch.
Using Glistening Oil offensively, I was using that stuff on a Thundering Tanadon, one game.
Oh,
it was just ridiculous. The fact that it has so many uses, you can start killing off chumpy 1/1s early, and having huge creatures slowly whittle down, but you're doing so much damage to them. It's just ridiculous. For 2 mana, it's not even that big of a commitment. It's really good, honestly.
Yeah, it's a great card for sure. And Blighted Agent, I know, I was talking about Infectors again. Blighted Agent is a little bit painful to deal with, I feel like. I always try and put Glistening Oil on that if I happen to have it. Yeah, because, it's already an Infector. Next upkeep for me, it's gone. It kind of forces people to attack with their Infectors, too, and if you're prepared to deal with somebody attacking with an Infector, it'll get rid of it next turn. It's really nice.
It's not as broken as Whispering Spectre. I had a dude scoop the 3rd game because of that. Hit him with Whispering Spectre, sack, discard their hand. It's just boom, you're dead. Honestly. He's so good. It's a 1/1 flying infect, so he's got the evasion and the ability to make them sacrifice cards from their hands is ridiculous. It's honestly, I see it as one of the best cards in the set. But, people might not agree with me, but that thing has brought me nothing but success when it comes to black-green infect, which is why I've seen the draft, because I'm bad at this game.
So, can we talk about the best draft card ever?
Okay, one more.
Dementia Bat.
Was it? Dementia Bat?
Can I kick you off of? Can I kick you out of here? Is that how this works? Is there a detector button?
I feel like people look at them and they're like,
Best
what?
draft card ever, or best draft card for Scars block?
Best draft card ever, clearly.
All right, guys.
When I drafted, there was like each pack I opened, it was like Dementia Bet.
I never pass up a dementia bat.
That's a turn one right there.
First pack, I had a Karn. I chose the dementia bat.
Well, why not?
It seems good. I had
Alright,
somebody ask me Shouldered the other day, too, which I was a little bit confused about.
Very nice.
There was something better in the pack. I saw afterwards what he picked. It was like one of the Leonins. What do you call it? I don't know what it's called. Oh, Lost Leonin.
Oh, the 2/2 infect?
The infect one?
It does.
It's 2/1 actually.
The 2/1 infect. He picked the 2/1 infect and passed me the shoulder, and I was like, "Thank you very much."
Mispick.
Yeah, it was a little bit messed up. I think he was a little bit confused on it, but better for me.
Okay.
Definitely.
Right. Okay, guys, we are running long on time here. It's been a pleasure talking with you all and hearing your comments and everything. Thank you for being here.
It's been a pleasure trying to talk.
Yeah, Zach, sorry about those old little connection problems.
Yep. And, I just have to say, I think I hate you people less. I'm just fucking with you. No. Still the same.
Why do you
If
hate
not
me?
more.
But I'll miss you guys.
Alright.
He
Okay.
likes us, guys.
Okay. Until next time, this has been Thirst for Knowledge, Magic the Gathering podcast. We'll see you next time.